Hey, over 20 years in business, and I work with a lot of different companies, and I own multiple different businesses. And these are the marketing strategies that have been the most effective. And I'm going to talk about these strategies throughout this podcast. But today I'm going to give you one that has given my smallest business over a quarter of a million in sales in the last couple of years. And I'm going to give that away today on this podcast. So, welcome to the Sales Drive podcast, where we talk about everything to do with you becoming a sales titan, as well as how you build and scale the organization around you to help you and support you in becoming a very high income earner. Remember, if you help your company make more money, then you make more money too. You can't get money from nowhere. It has to come from you doing a great job. Okay. So no bitching and complaining about it. If you're a salesperson right now and you're wishing, hey, I wish I was climbing the corporation ladder and I wish I could do this and I deserve a pay rise. No, here's the real talk. You get paid more when you deliver results. Okay, you may be able to do it, but do you want to wait around 2 years, 4 years, 5 years for the next pay rise to come or the next position to be open? And if you're in bigger corporates, you don't fucking get there until somebody either leaves or dies. Now, sales drive isn't about that. If you're going to be an A player salesperson, you need to take ownership. And you take ownership by helping that business get more money. And the way the business gets more money is they help customers get more money or solve challenge, insert XYZ challenge. And we talk about that on the other episodes. And I'm sure you've listened to those already. So go back and listen to those if you haven't listened to those. There'll be more to come as we make more. So, what is the marketing strategy? Lewis, this is about sales drive and about me as a salesperson. Why are we talking about marketing? Sales is marketing. Yeah, marketing is sales. We're talking about how you start to transfer cash flow into your business, into your people, into you, a player listening to this podcast, so that you can make a lot more income and make a bigger impact. People aren't always about the income, they're also about the bigger impact. But that's why we have the 100K club membership as well. So go jump into the 100K club membership if 100K income is your goal. So let's get straight into it then. So, bit of a background. I own multiple businesses. I invest in businesses. Why do people want me to invest in their businesses or partner with them? Because I understand the psychology of human behavior. It's that simple. And I've proven it that I understand it and the results that they get. By understanding the psychology, we understand how people work. And that isn't any sort of hack because straight away you've got to be from the right place. It's not to do some Darren Brown, mind control bullshit. Everyone thinks that when they think psychology. It's not that. Yeah. It's understanding human behavior. It's understanding human behavior. Human behavior in an organization, just like yours, and if it's just you on your own as an individual solopreneur, or you are an intrapreneur that works on your own within a company, then that's okay too, because you understanding human behavior is your behavior as well. Okay. So, what is the marketing tip? Well, human behavior is linked to sales and marketing because in the sales process, that person, you're dealing with another person or a group of people that is making a decision. And without understanding human behavior and their drivers and their psychology and the internal workings of what's going on, yeah, and it can get a lot deeper, but I make it just about business. Yeah. I don't talk about the other stuff, although I can talk about the other stuff and the stuff that's helped me on my journey, because a lot of people, a lot of listeners need to have that information as well so they can take the next steps. Understanding the business human behavior side is essential for the operations. It's essential for the sales and it's essential for the marketing. So the marketing feeds the sales and the sales feeds the operations and the operations delivers and feeds the finance team. Yeah. Which then feeds the shareholders which also the whole reason they're in the business in the first place and scaling. And a lot of people that are listening to this have had businesses that are older than 2 years, 5 years, or 20 years. Look, if you're in business for 2 years, that is the first step. You've got to understand that the lessons that you'll get within the first 2 years. So what's the actual stats? 80% of businesses don't make it in the first 2 years, and the other 8% don't make it in the next 5 years. Yeah. It's always going up and down, those stats, and depending on what country you're in. But the general gist is it tends to be that way. A lot of people starting businesses don't make it work. And the reason for that, this isn't the scientific reason, by the way, this is just from my investigation over the last 20 years, is that people get into business not actually understanding what business is about. Yeah. They think that they can do it because they were a great person, a great architect, or a great electrician for somebody else. And they go, hey, why am I working for this person for when I can go and do it myself? And then after the first 2 years, they recognize, oh, it's because that company I was actually with supported me a lot in a lot of things that I don't understand because I'm not a business person. Yeah. So people that are just starting out in business after the first 2 years, they start to recognize that it's about the customer, it's about marketing, it's about sales, it's about doing what you say you're going to do, it's about lifetime value, it's about the operation side, it's about the finance, it's about accounting. All these elements come together, and that's what we have to start to really work on. So all those linked together are people. Yeah. There's AI and IT systems that can help with all this, but there's always the customer is a person. You as an organization or an individual is a person. So understanding the human behavior is essential. Now, I said I was going to talk about the marketing thing that has really helped my smallest business. So in the business that I own, one of the smallest businesses is just me going out there and offering services to help people scale in their sales. Okay, so there's some large businesses out there, but the reason it's the smallest business is it's got no scalability, it's got no leverage. It's just me. Yeah, it's just me. So I'm aware of that. And when it is just you, then you've also got to be conscious that if you want to scale to beyond 1 million personal income, I'm talking about personal income, then you've got to have investments elsewhere. Okay. But the reason my smallest business still exists is because it's what I'm passionate about. And it's, in fact, it's why I do these podcasts in the first place. So why would I want to do that with the smallest firm? It's because I'm helping more people, yeah, go through the challenges that I've been stuck in the past. So if I can help someone save 10 years of their journey so that they can deliver it in 1 year, then that makes a lot of sense. And it puts me on purpose as well. Because as most people know, I've got a PhD. That does not pay anything. But I'm very passionate about the stuff that I studied in the PhD. So it's not about the money, it's about impact and purpose. And to help salespeople using that organizational psychology tools and help it upgrade the quality of the sales strategies that are out there in the world right now, or not that the sales strategies, it's about the sales people, the who, the character. You see, you can have all the strategies you want. If you can't build that character, then you'll never actually be able to deliver it. So the marketing strategy that has really linked all these together is understanding the who, understanding who you are, doing it in an authentic way, and being able to get people to refer you in an authentic way as well. I'm talking about referrals. So make note of this. Great referrals will get you to scale your business. Now, has it worked in every other one of my businesses? Well, one of my larger companies is a construction firm. And a lot of our customers compete with other customers as well. So if I ask them for referrals, then guess what? They'll be referring their competitors. So it doesn't always work. And the reason I'm saying that is because some of the stuff that I talk about on this podcast, I go, hey, Lewis, that wouldn't work in my business. Now, look, I've worked with lots of businesses, hundreds of businesses, and I own my own. I get that too. I understand. I get it. Now, the challenge that I've got to any listener that's thinking like that is if you think you're right or you think you're wrong, you're right. Yeah. So If you think that there's no way that this would work in your business, you're right. It stops right there. So what I'm saying here is don't be that person. Be somebody that is open. And what you need to really master is the art of adapting, adaptability. How could that process work for me is the question you need to be asking yourself. So what is referrals? Let's break it down. Now, you can do referrals as rewarding people. So think about this. If you're marketing right now and you're spending a budget of £500 or £1,000 or £2,000, and that could be on, I don't know, SEO, AdWords, Facebook ads, even hiring an external marketer, video content, YouTube. What other platforms are there? It could be posting, it could be hiring a telemarketer. There's lots of different marketing strategies. Sitting on LinkedIn, I think that's probably an excuse more than a marketing strategy is LinkedIn. But there are, effective ways of doing this. And by the way, if you want to talk about those strategies, just add me on LinkedIn and direct message me, connect with me, and I'll help you out on a one-to-one basis, depending on who you are and if you need the help or not. So yeah, you can reach out to me on there. But look, a lot of these strategies will all cost money. Even if you're hiring somebody, you're paying for somebody. It could be £1,000, £1,500, £2,000, £2,500. Sorry if I'm talking in pounds, by the way. For all the American listeners and the Australian listeners, you can convert that into dollars. You're talking like $5,000 plus to get somebody to sit in the seat to do your marketing for you. What about if you had a whole marketing team? What about if you hired someone like some of these big marketing companies that are out there right now to do this? You could be talking tens, 20,000, $30,000, right? But sometimes the best way of marketing is through word of mouth. But not sometimes. You ask anybody about the best marketing, and most likely they will say word of mouth. So referral isn't the word referral. Referral is actually word of mouth. So why wouldn't you use that out of all the strategies that you have in your business? And I'm expecting you by now, after this, is to have at least 5 to 10 strategies, not just as a business, but as a salesperson. What are your marketing strategies for your own personal brand? Yeah, because you need to be doing that as well. You we're side questing now, but you listening to this as a salesperson have a personal brand, and that needs to have a sales process to it and a marketing strategy. Not one, 5 to 10. We want to get to 10. If you've got 5, you need to be speaking to me, and we'll sort out the other 5. Every one of those strategies need measuring. But we know from that word of mouth is one of the most effective strategies. So where is your word of mouth strategy? So take the word referral, fuck it off, scrap it, and go, this is rewarding somebody for the word of mouth. Yeah, you need a solid strategy around it. So if it's going to cost you £1,000 in your marketing, and you know that every £1,000 you spend gets you another customer, then why wouldn't you reward somebody with that? Why wouldn't you say, okay, we spent £1,000, it brought us 5 customers, yeah, or it brought us 20 leads, and we converted that and we got 5 customers. So it's cost you £200 in your marketing budget. Makes sense? So would you give someone £200 to take away all that guesswork to make sure that that person did come on board? Using a strategy that is word of mouth. And what I love about word of mouth as well is it's not you saying it. It's the customer that is actually getting results with you saying it. So it's proof. It's a testimonial. It's evidence all wrapped into one strategy. Okay? Now, as long as you deliver on it, so the reason it's worked in my businesses, my smallest business, is because I deliver on it. Yeah? I deliver on what I say I'm going to do with the customer, and the customer has gone, holy fuck, this person has actually done what they've said they're going to do. They've allowed me to move towards my goals. I don't mind. And I tell you something as well. When it actually comes me to reward him with that referral, most of the people that have done the referral say, Lewis, don't be stupid. You don't have to pay me. And I have to tell them it's part of the thing here. And I say, look, I will do it because it's a thank you. Yeah. So it depends on the level, doesn't it? If you're using it you've got to earn the right first. You can't just go and use a referral strategy with a load of people from the start that you haven't actually got results for. Yeah. So you have to prove it and earn the right first. So what sort of things is this flagging up for you then? Could you use this sort of strategy in your personal brand, in your business, to allow you to get ahead of the game as a salesperson, right? So, what sort of things could you do? What sort of things could you do? Do you need to actually draw something up? Do you need to have better communication with people? Do you need to look? It's the way that you position this, isn't it? This going to cost you this much anyway. Why not do it as a bonus reward scheme for people? Now, people going to go, oh, Lewis, but actually you're paying people off there. Well, is it? I don't know. It would be, I guess, if it was just all about the money, but that's where you got to earn the right first to make sure that it's not. Because remember, if this was paying someone off, then they wouldn't recommend you anyway. So it's not at all. Because why would they put their own name to refer somebody that wouldn't get results for them? So when they don't get the result, they go, hey, you told me that this person could do this. You were just in it for the fucking, what's he going to do for their name? So it's not. Big difference here. Big difference. Of course, you need to figure it out for your structure and your organization. But one of the key things here is understanding that this is a strategy that you should be harnessing. And if you look at a lot of the top influencers now, they are doing this right. They are working with their own version of how they help people by helping them. Okay. Now, this is just the foundation of it. Where could it go? If you really thought about it, where could this go? Yeah. And if you want to learn more about that, then make sure you tune into the other episodes because I've gone on for 15 minutes now on this. So, again, this has been one thing for one of our smaller businesses. There's been multiple other strategies for it as well. One being the podcasts and the YouTube channel, which you're watching right now. And by the way, that hasn't been a direct effect. It's been all these don't have direct effects, they have indirect effects. So, what that means is that the one strategy, just doing the one, won't get you the one result. It'll be multiple strategies compounding together that then allows you to have more, what should I say, more indirect effects. So, it gives you more power, it gives you more. I can't get the right word for it. It's not the word power. It gives you more power in the market. Do you know what I mean? You're out there more. You have more. No, totally lost for words, but you get what I'm saying here. The more that you do, the more it compounds. The more effective that you will be. So take lessons from this, make it your way, and do what works best for your industry. Yeah. And if you need more information, then there's links in the description below that you can connect with me and have one-to-one with me if you want to speak direct on LinkedIn, or tune into the other podcasts if you want some more free content, either on Spotify or on YouTube. Hope you had some gold nuggets from today. Be great.